Hello friends, in this video we are going to study about verbs. Okay, verbs are the third part of speech. Verbs means the action words. Okay, so a verb is a word or a combination of words that indicates action or a state of being or condition or an ongoing condition. It is considered as the heart of a sentence. A verb is the part of a sentence that tells us what the subject performs. Okay, so all the words which tells us about the action. Okay, in Hindi we call them the kriya. Okay, वो सारे वर्ड्स जो हमें ये बताते हैं कि सब्जेक्ट क्या कर रहा है, those words are called verbs. Let us see, for example, first one is Roma walks in the morning. Okay, it tells that it is an usual action. Okay, normally Roma does this work. Second, Meera is going to school. Meera school jati hai, it is a condition. Okay, it's a condition of her action. And third is Albert does not like to walk, it's a negative action. Anna is a good girl, it's a state. Okay, it's her quality. Verbs are related to a lot of other factors like the subject, person, number, tenses, mood, voices, and etc. Now let's see basic forms of the verbs. So there are 6 basic forms of the verbs. Okay, so they tell us about the different times. These forms are, let us see, the first one is base forms. The first one is known as the base form. Okay, children play in the field. With the plural, first form of the verb is there. Past is they played football yesterday. Played. Okay, played is talking about past. Played हमें ये बताता है कि हम कल की या ऐसी किसी भी टाइम की बात करें जो जा चुका है. Third is past participle. I have eaten a burger. Present participle is the ing form. Okay, there are two participles, past and present. Okay, past participle ये शो करता है कि कोई भी काम फिनिश हो चुका है. प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल ये शो करता है कि कोई भी काम रनिंग सिचुएशन में था. इट कैन बी इन प्रेजेंट और इट कैन बी इन पास्ट. द नेक्स्ट वन इज ईएस फॉर्म. ही प्लेज फुटबॉल. ईएस फॉर्म जो है वो बेस फॉर्म के बहुत सिमिलर होता है. ओके, बेस फॉर्म में एस या ईएस हम ऐड करके ईएस फॉर्म बनाते हैं. तो बेस फॉर्म में हम जब एस या ईएस ऐड करते हैं, सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट के साथ की जो वर्ब होती है वो फॉर्म हो जाती है. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज इन्फिनेटिव्स. इट इज़ कॉल्ड टू इन्फिनेटिव फॉर्म. ओके, हम इसे टू इन्फिनेटिव फॉर्म भी बुलाते हैं. टेल देम नॉट टू प्ले. व्हेन वी हैव टू प्लस बेस फॉर्म, जब हम टू को बेस फॉर्म के साथ यूज़ करते हैं तो वो टू इन्फिनेटिव फॉर्म हो जाती है. ओके, देयर इज़ वन मोर फॉर्म विच इज़ कॉल्ड जीरन. है ना, जीरन में क्या होता है, वेयर आईएनजी फॉर्म इज़ यूज्ड एट द प्लेस ऑफ सब्जेक्ट. है ना, जब हम आईएनजी फॉर्म को सब्जेक्ट के प्लेस पे यूज़ करते हैं तो वो फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब जो है वो जीरंड हो जाती है. ओके, सो दिस इज़ लाइक स्विमिंग इज़ द बेस्ट एक्सरसाइज. इट्स नॉट आई एम गोइंग टू स्विम. ओके, और वी आर स्विमिंग. It's not like that. So swimming is the best exercise. Let's move ahead. Now let us see different types of verbs. Finite verbs, non-finite, action verbs, linking verbs. Next is auxiliary, and the last one, modals. Okay, let's go ahead and understand what are finite verbs. Finite verbs are actual verbs. Okay, they are called the main verbs. Okay, the actual verbs which are called the roots of sentence. They are, it means finite verbs sentence का बहुत important part होती हैं. It is a form of a verb that is performed by or it refers to a subject and uses one of the 12 forms of tense and changes according to the number or person of the subject. Okay, I hope all of you remember we have 12 tenses. Main 3 tenses are there. Okay, past, present and future, और हर tense के 4 सब parts होते हैं. So like that we have 12 tenses. Okay, Let's see the example of finite verbs. Okay, so finite verbs वो verbs होती हैं जो 12 form of tenses में according to tense वो change होती हैं. It means according to time. वही वो verbs होती हैं जो हमें time के बारे में exactly clearly message करती हैं. Okay, let's see example. Alex went to school. Alex is the subject. Okay, who is performing the action? Alex subject है जो क्या action perform कर रहा है? School जाने का. Okay. So this only we can understand with the verb went. है ना, went से कैसे? Went is the second form of go. It means ये clearly understood है हमें कि Alex जो है school गया था. Second, Robert plays hockey. Who is the subject? Robert. And what action he is doing? Playing. Okay. Now he is playing for Australia. Is playing is finite verb. Okay. Is helping verb and playing is the participle form of verb. He is one of the best players, and here in this sentence is what? It is the verb is directly refers to the subject itself. Okay, is referring to the subject, and what is the subject? Is जो word है वो हमारा यहाँ पे main subject है. Let's move to the next one, action verbs. Action verbs indicate what the subject or a sentence performs. Action verbs can make the listener or the reader feel emotions, see senses more vividly and accurately. So action verbs वो verbs होती हैं जो sentence में एक subject के द्वारा perform की जाती हैं. Okay. Action verbs are mainly, they can help us to feel different emotions. Okay. Action verbs can be transitive or intransitive. Action verbs के भी दो kind होते हैं, transitive and intransitive. And transitive verbs are what? Transitive verbs must have a direct object. Okay. Direct object means to perform its complete notion. ओके तो एक ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब जो है इट रिक्वायर्स और इट डिमांड्स समथिंग और समवन टू बी एक्टेड अपॉन. ओके विदाउट समथिंग और समवन ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब कैन नॉट बी कंप्लीटेड. लेट अस सी द एग्जांपल. I painted the car. If it is written only I painted, then you need to use something so that the aim of the verb is achieved. Okay, right? As you can see, the verb paint demands an object to be painted. She is reading the newspaper. In this, the verb read asks the question, what is she reading? Okay. Now, intransitive verb. So, intransitive verbs do not act upon anything. They may be followed by an adjective or adverb or preposition or another part of speech. Let us see the example. She smiled. It means intransitive verb does not require any kind of object, okay, to pass its complete sense. The verb smile cannot have any other object since the action of smiling does not fall upon anything or anyone. Okay. I wake up at 6 a.m. No object is needed. Now what is there to remember? That subject plus infinitive verbs is sufficient to make a complete sentence. Okay, but subject plus transitive verb, it is not sufficient because transitive verbs demand a direct object. Let us see the next one, non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are not actual verbs. Okay, they are not playing the part as main verbs most of the times. They work as noun, adjective, adverb, these kind of role they play. Okay, so that is why we say कि non-finite verbs जो होती हैं वो actual verbs नहीं होती हैं because वो time के according change नहीं होती हैं. Okay, they do not change according to the number or person or the subject because these verbs also called verbals. Okay, and they do not have any direct relation to the subject, and sometimes they become the subject themselves. Let us see how. The form of non-finite verbs are infinitives, like we did, gerund, and participle. Participle forms are what? The ing forms, okay? See the example. Alex went abroad to play. Okay, so here the main verb is went, but to play is infinitives. Okay, playing cricket is his only job. Now here playing here is participle. Okay, and it is also, we can say, gerund. I have a broken cycle. Have is the main verb here, and broken is the past participle. Walking is a good habit, and here walking is gerund. Let us now see the linking verbs. A linking verb adds details about the subject of a sentence. Okay, so linking verb क्या होती है? वो verb जो मतलब सिंपली अगर हम इसे देखें तो वो verb जो सब्जेक्ट और कॉम्प्लीमेंट के बीच में कनेक्शन क्रिएट करती है वो लिंकिंग verb होती है. ओके, एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट? दैट इज़ द वर्ड्स दैट फॉलो द लिंकिंग verb. Okay, and it creates a link between them instead of showing action. तो linking verb action नहीं show करती है, ये link create करती है subject और complement के बीच में. Okay, often what is on each side of a linking verb is equivalent. The complement redefines or restates the subject. Okay, तो complement जो है subject को या तो redefine करता है या restate करता है. जनरली लिंकिंग वर्ब्स आर कॉल्ड बी वर्ब्स. ओके, बी की फॉर्म हम सभी को पता है, इज एम आर, वॉज, वर. ओके, कुछ और वर्ब्स भी हैं जो लिंकिंग वर्ब्स के जैसे यूज़ होती हैं. ओके, दे आर लाइक एक्ट, फील, रिमेन, अपीयर, बिकम. दीज वर्ब्स आर ऑल्सो समटाइम्स दे ऑल्सो प्ले द रोल ऑफ लिंकिंग वर्ब्स. Okay, some verbs in this list can also be action verbs, but we can be easily identifying these verbs. Either they are action, they are playing the role of action verbs, or they are linking verbs. Okay, sentence में वो कहाँ पे और किस जगह पे और कैसे यूज़ हो रही हैं, उस यूसेज से हमें ये क्लियर हो जाता है कि वो लिंकिंग वर्ब है या एक्शन वर्ब है. And the very easy way to figure out this is what? We should try to replace them with forms of the be verbs. Okay, if the changed sentence makes sense. अगर be verb के साथ change करने के बाद sentence का कुछ sense निकल रहा है, then it's okay. Otherwise, the verb is a linking verb. Okay, let's see the example. She appears ready for the game. Here what is that? It means she is ready for the game. So here it appears is a linking verb. The food seemed delicious. The food is delicious or was delicious. It is a linking verb. You look happy. You are happy. Okay, so appear, seemed and look हमने किससे replace किया? be verb से, and it is still giving sense. It means it is linking verb. Okay, let's now see the auxiliary verbs. They are also called the helping verbs. Okay, auxiliary verbs जो हैं वो helping verbs का role play करती हैं. They are only called auxiliary and helping. Helping and auxiliary verbs are same. Okay, it's just they have the different names. Okay, what they help us? They help us to find out different times. Okay, तो tense में ये बहुत important role play करती हैं. They are used in a continuous or progressive and perfect tenses. Linking verbs work as main verbs in the sentence, but auxiliary verbs help main verbs. Okay, तो auxiliary verb या helping verb का main work क्या होता है? ये main verb की help करती हैं. That is why they are called helping verb. है ना, जब ये main verb की help करती हैं इसलिए हम इसे helping verb भी कहते हैं. Okay, नाउ सी देखो, डू जो है एक मेन वर्ब भी होता है, बट व्हेन वी डू टेंसेस, डू इज़ एन ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब. ये हेल्पिंग वर्ब हो जाता है ना. ये हमें हेल्प करता है क्वेश्चंस पूछने के लिए या नेगेटिव एक्सप्रेशन से नेगेटिव एक्सप्रेशंस जो है एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए, और मे बी टू प्रोवाइड सम एम्फेसिस, और है ना सब कहीं इम्पोर्टेंस क्रिएट करने के लिए. लेट अस सी द एग्जांपल. Alex is going to school. Okay, going is main verb, is helping verb. They are walking in the park. See, I have seen a movie. So going, walking, seen, they are main verbs. There is a question, do you drink tea? Don't waste your time, and please do submit your assignment. Okay, so the last one, do, is it is putting an emphasis. ये वहाँ पर emphasis, importance दे रहा है किस sentence को? Submit your assignment को. Okay, so these are some of the uses of auxiliary verbs. Okay, let's move ahead towards modals. Modals are what? They are a kind of auxiliary. Modals भी एक तरह से देखा जाए तो वो भी helping verbs का ही काम करती हैं. But what they emphasize or assist the main verb for suggestion about the potentials, expectations, permissions, ability, possibility, and obligations. Okay. When used with the main verb, what is the job of the modal then? Modals कभी भी s या es में end नहीं होती हैं, especially for the third person singular. Okay. Modal auxiliary verbs never change forms. They always remain in the forms, but they have different form for past tense. Okay, like go का went होता है, but यहाँ पर modal में if the word is can, तो उसके past के लिए there is another word, could. Okay, so इनकी past form के लिए already दूसरे words हैं. We do not have to change the form as we change in the main verb. Okay, the modal verbs are can, could, must, may, might, ought to, shall. Okay, these are modals. Let us see example. I may want to talk to you again. They must play their best game to win. So may shows possibilities, okay, and must puts emphasis. She should call him, should advice के लिए. I will go there, it is a pure future. Let us see the detailed examples. Will का past जो है वो would हो जाता है. Okay, so will क्या indicate करता है? Willingness in the future. Okay, और अगर हमें negative use करना है तो will not, contraction form में won't. Okay, it means unwillingness is described, है ना. जब हमें कुछ willingness बताना है तो will, नहीं अगर unwillingness बताना है तो won't. Okay, और will का past हो जाता है would. I will give you another opportunity. I'll play tomorrow. They'll arrive at 10. She won't come today. Negative. Would देख लेते हैं. Would indicates general or repeated willingness in the past. Okay, so would is playing the role of past of will, है ना. Would हमें ये भी बताता है कि कभी कभी हमें कोई चीज़ का प्रेफरेंस अगर प्रेजेंट में देना है तो भी हम वुड का यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ओके, लेट्स से एग्जांपल, इफ़ यू डिड नॉट लीव आई वुड स्टिल बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ यू. ओके, राइट, अगर आप नहीं जाते तो मैं अभी भी आपकी टेक केयर कर रहा होता. राइट, सो दिस इज़ व्हाट प्रेफरेंस इन द प्रेजेंट. सेकेंड, whenever I had to go there, they would throw a party. We thought that people would buy this book. Clear? If I were you, I would not do it. I would like to make a toast. Next is used to. Used to modal का हम यूज़ करते हैं वो चीज़ बताने के लिए, ऐसी कोई भी हैबिट जो हमारी पास्ट में थी. ठीक है, now we are not having that habit. When I was in school, I used to make sketches. See the examples. He often used to cry at night without reason. I used to take a break at this time of the year. Next is can, could, may, might. Okay, can का past होता है could, may का past होता है might. Okay, these modals express possibility and ability. What can indicates? Can हमें ability के बारे में बताता है, और could जो है वो past होता है can का. Let's see example. I can do it. Ability, I could do it. Past ability. They cannot do it, negative. They could not do it, past. Can and could also indicate possibility. Let's see how. The temperature can rise this month. They can't go too far by now. It could rain later. May and might का यूज़ देख लेते हैं. So both indicate possibility. ये दोनों words हमें possibility के बारे में बताते हैं. Might जो है, sometimes more possibility may, less possibility might. Okay. कैसे? Let's see example. It may rain later. More possibility, ज़्यादा possibility rain होने की. Might rain, कम possibility है बारिश की. May come back, more possibility, less possibility. Okay. Let's see must. It indicates necessity. Okay. Must जो है necessity के बारे में बताता है. Let's see. I must leave now. This is the time I should leave. He must study hard. Alex must go home by this. Now have to. Have to has the similar meaning to must, but it implies to less urgency. Okay, and also have to implies, have to हमें ये भी बताता है कि हम it implies compulsion, जैसे हम कहते हैं मजबूरी. मजबूरी के लिए भी have use होता है. Example, I have to leave now. Okay. And these, I had to leave. Then ये past का है. He had to study hard to pass the exam. This is also of past. Next is should. Should indicates obligation and probabilities. Okay, let's see how it uses obligation. You should come home early. And also when you want to suggest something to somebody, अगर आप किसी को कुछ suggest कर रहे हैं, that is, for that also you can use should. You should not smoke. I should visit my parents more often. And few more examples. Next is ought to and had better. Sometimes they can replace should. Okay. ought to और had better जो है, ये ऐसे modals हैं जो should को replace कर सकते हैं. कैसे? Let us see here. You ought to come home. हम ये भी बोल सकते थे you should come home early. We ought to have taken a taxi, but here why we are using ought to and ought to at the place of should? Because we want to put more emphasis. Okay. We had better leave. We had better leave. Had better is generally used in spoken English. Had better हम normally written English में use नहीं करते हैं. हम इसको ज़्यादातर spoken English में use करते हैं. Okay. So this is it for today. Let us meet in the next video with the next topic. Okay. Thank you so much everyone.